Hi, suppose you've set some goals for yourself and started working towards achieving them. You feel that you're taking massive action, but yet you feel like you're not making a lot of progress. How productive are you really? Let's find out. Hi and welcome to Lead Yourself. I'm Theresia and I'm bringing you insights, tips and how-tos for a successful life. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of those. One of the most elusive problems you might be facing when trying to execute on your goals is that nothing seems to be happening. You're putting in a lot of work but not seeing any results. If this happens, it's time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The thing many of us are doing wrong without realizing is to simply do the wrong thing. It's a form of procrastination where we don't even realize that we're procrastinating, and that's why it's so hard to spot and fix. I'm making this video to serve as a reminder to take a good look at your actions. So if you're not making the progress you thought you would be making, keep watching. But before we dig into that, I just want to quickly mention that progress can mean different things. In this case, it means getting things done. But it could also mean achieving an outcome that is not really under your control. For instance, if you're trying to lose weight, you might reach so-called weight plateaus, which is completely normal and to be expected. That's a way for the body to catch up. But you can't really perform any action to immediately tell your body to lose weight. Another example is having a YouTube channel. If you try to measure progress in terms of views or subscribers, you're relying on other people who you can't really control. Now, if you're not making progress on those, it means you're not getting stuff done, which is what this video is truly about. Now that that's cleared up, let's get back to it. So suppose again you're trying to lose weight. What you find yourself doing might be to read a lot of weight loss books and articles, buy a gym membership, and buy a lot of healthy food. That's all good, right? Well, is it? Will you really be losing weight by reading books and articles, or by simply performing the act of buying a gym membership and a lot of healthy food? I'd argue that you won't, and that you're just fooling yourself. You won't lose weight unless you take the next steps of actually exercising and eating that healthy food while not eating unhealthy stuff. But it's all too common to get stuck in thinking you are taking action while you really aren't. You're just digging deep into a rabbit hole. Another example from my own life was when I started building a game and got stuck watching tutorials. At first they were relevant, but then I ended up watching tutorials on things that wasn't even relevant. Just because it was fun to learn, and I was telling myself that I was investing time into learning so that I could build the game faster. Boy, was I fooling myself. When I finally said to myself that I would just try to start building, I ended up completing a quarter of the game in 2 days' time, and I didn't even need any of the tutorials I had watched. Why am I telling you these examples? Because I hope that you might recognize your own behavior if you have this problem and realize that you're doing the same thing. Another trap is doing research for writing an article. While doing research is an entirely reasonable activity, sometimes it's best to just use it as inspiration for an outline and then to start writing and look things up as you go. That way you won't get stuck in all the interesting articles out there that may be entirely off topic. Can you see how this works? You perform an activity that is related to what you're trying to accomplish, but then you're getting stuck in it all without realizing. Whenever you start thinking in terms of, this might be a good thing for the future, stop. Because what's good for the future is for you to make actual progress right now. So while some amount of preparational activities are totally okay and sometimes necessary, they need to be closely monitored so that they don't end up becoming that passive activity that feels like you're taking action the easy way. And your brain is really stupid when it comes to this. What's going on is that once you start those preparational activities, you feel good about yourself, and this causes sort of an addiction to those activities. One trick that I use is to try and always accomplish something real when I'm taking action. So I try to never stop at preparing. Instead, I try to always get something done in the end, even if it's a small thing. For instance, when doing research for writing, I always end up with an outline of headlines and even try to write a few paragraphs before I end the session. Best case scenario is to finish the entire piece, but that's not always possible. Most goals contain one or just a few core activities that will cause actual progress. So ask yourself the critical question: if I continue what I'm doing right now and do nothing else, will that cause me to achieve my goal? As in the weight loss example, the answer will be no for reading articles and buying stuff. No amount of reading or buying will cause you to lose weight. But if you ask yourself this question while you're out exercising or when you're eating a healthy meal, then the answer is yes. So take a look at your activities and determine if they are causing you to make actual progress or not. If not, try to figure out what will and do that instead. If you get value out of watching this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!